Nice. As long as it doesn't, I guess as long as it doesn't cause chaos, we should be good. Welcome in, everybody. Ooh, we got a good perspective today. Let's go. Let me put some. Oh, yeah, that might hit me in the face a few extra times. So let's put. Yeah, might have to. Just might have to. Bottom line, got to get it done today. So we have this piece, which is not connected yet. It's not connected at all. So we have to find all of the pieces that will match this puzzle. So I have a few of these colors that may match this experience in which we can, I mean, we can pretty much do anything at this point because it's not really subject. That's the paint peels. It's not really subject to the size. It's just what will match the experience for the painting. So let me see, where's another one at? I think that's it. The other ones are way too large. Like these, I mean, they do match for good size, but they're limited by, I guess they would be. They're kind of limited by their interaction. So I could possibly do this and then it would fold, but I don't know. I guess we would have to figure it out once the time comes. So ultimately, I've been putting the smaller pieces together to see how each and every one of these connects. And I'm kind of speaking in probably larger terms too, but the goal is to put a puzzle piece together. That is the goal. So if we're trying to be as forward as possible, we have all of these that could go. I think I like the reds though. The red ones match really well. So, but that's what we're trying to do, is put as many of these together so we can make it into one story. Yep. So that's what we're going to do. And that's the goal. Let's see. I need to get this other phone. Wait, did I just get paid? I don't know. I don't want to do that. Yep. So just like I said, I mean, some of these pieces may fit, some of them may not, but I have an incredible amount of them. So each one has their own way of, let's see. I am live, right? Yeah, I'm live. Cool. Each one has their own piece of the story. So yeah, try to keep all of these over here on this side so we don't confuse ourselves with what is working and what doesn't fit this puzzle. Now I had a bunch of these green ones like this, which have crazy amount of details on it, but for the most, I think they're too dark. They need to go like on a white background. And let me see, I can explain, well, I'll explain it later. But yeah, that's what we're looking for, is pieces that fit together, because this is ultimately, this is a puzzle. And I have to figure out which ones are the best representation. And even then, I still haven't put any dates on anything. So I'm gonna have to put some dates together. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oops. So I thought of this as so the idea of this is because these are all stories. Let's just say you had let's just say you had a game that you wanted to play. From start to finish, you pick your character, you pick where you're going to start, you picked how many people you're going to help you achieve the goal. And so by this, you're going to divide everything into subject parts of the story. This could be the day that you picked 12 people. This is the day that you picked the location. This is the day that you picked, who you're going to partner up with. This one could be the location or time of day. Let me see if this one. I think this one's already got. Yeah, this one's already got. That one was December. This one's called Waterfall. So all of these have their variations on how you can make this a part of your story as well. So I like to think of these as all stories. This is a point of time in my day. And so what happens is that, so this one was done today. So I would give whatever the function, like I believe like this is the way that's supposed to face. So I'm just going to write on it today's date, which is September. So we're going to do our signature stamp, which is here, and then September, or SEP for short. Today's the 1st, and it is 2025. And so whatever this one feels like, so I did this earlier. So the idea was that I was supposed to make a place where I started out with three colors. There's black, there's red, there's this yellow, and there's orange. And then it just turned into, an expression of flora, expression of some type of flora or flower. And this is what came out. Now, I'm not sure how to explain what it is, but that's what I painted today. And so it kind of looks like there is something that is inhaling. So I would just put, I'll put dino, because that's what it looks like, a dino. A dino. I'll just say to dinner. Oops. I put an E of flora. This may not be the best pen, but yes. So that's what it looks like. It kind of looks like it's inhaling all of the flowers or some type of plant. I guess that's what it is. I guess. So that's what it looked like. So that's what I put for the day. Now I'm going to remember this for a while. I'm going to remember this for a very long time, only because this is the only picture I've ever seen myself draw. The only color variation. I probably would never do anything like this in my entire life. And so this will stand out above everything else that I ever will create in the future or in the past, because there will be nothing else like it. So that game, that type of story And that's all it is. They just all come out to be stories. So for this one, I made this, what, 2 days ago? So this was on the 30th. You said, I love your slippers. Let's go. You like my bare feet? Thank you. I wore these in. I first got them, and I wore them uh, in Washington D.C. I swear they treated me like I was like some other type of creature, but it was really fun. It was so fun to walk around the entire day in bare feet because when people finally looked, they realized that I was wearing something not like shoes in a sense. And they were like, well, where did you get that from? And I was like, I got it from a bear. I said, we traded for the day. And I'm wearing his feet, his or her feet, and he's wearing mine. And that's how it went. And I enjoyed it. I had such a good time. I have no problems. My feet didn't get sore or anything like that. So I really had a good time. And once again, these are all of the stories that I get to tell because I made it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So thank you so much. You said, I love, is this mole rats? What's happening? I like that. So this was back in August. This was just a couple days ago that I experienced this painting as well. So we're going to put the 30th. And this is 20. We're going to have to put this one down here too. 25. Yep. And this one is, I wanted to say, because I started doing these thinking that there is just a space that you can fill up like a box. Just fill up as many, like, let's just say you had like basketballs or tennis balls or, something small, which is round and circular. And I was like, just put it all in there. And it just looked like this is what the box would be filled with. And that's what I came up with. So I really enjoyed this part as well. So we'll just put, because it's in a container, I say it's energy weighting. That's what this one is called. Let's go. You like that? Is that cool? Energy weighting. Let's keep it moving, y'all. All right, so I do have to put my signature on the outside. So since it's right this way, I think this is, I think this is the right way. I think this is the right way. So we're gonna put my signature on the outside. And I usually like to put it at the bottom. So let's just do that. We'll put our signature at the bottom. So as soon as you see it, you're like, oh, that's the signature. I know that signature. Yep. Yep. Let's go. All right, so we got one person watching at least. So you get to see me put my signature up on this one. And there we go. So the same for this one as well. I like the fact that this one had an energy as well. So we're going to put our signature. Let's put it up here. Whatever this is going on up here. No, let's put it down here. I like that. And I usually do it in the corners because it's easier to identify rather than putting it in the middle and focusing on that, or just put it in the corner. So that one's done, that one's done. And so this one is kind of the same as this one right here. But I think I did, like, the paint has longer variations between the flora or the stem of whatever this flower or flora or whatever this energy is. And then I made some conscious dots that described a ball of energy. So that's what that was. Yep. So we're just going to put, because this is the same data I made that one. I made both of those on the same exact day. So since they are alike, I don't mind putting identical dates on it. So this was August 30th. 2025. And this one is definitely energy. Moving. Let's go. So that one is that one. Energy moving. Yep. Okay, so then we have this one too. I think this one was the same exact day too. I believe I did that one. Yeah. But now the fact of, I'm not sure. I think it's supposed to go in this corner. It's supposed to look like this because I like the fact that it looks like there could be a brighter sphere in this area because of the push of the colors and then the back and forth between the layers of painting. So kind of looks like it's moving from this end all the way through here in progress. The further away it gets, the more that it settles, if that makes sense. So we're going to put, actually, you know what? I think this was the earlier day. So we're going to put this as, I believe this was the 29th. Because I've been doing back-to-back streams. So even if it's day or night, but I believe this was the 29th. And even if not, it's fine. It's all in the same month. And this is also 2025. So this one designates, let's just say this one was, I think this is kind of like a chain. Yeah, let's do that. That is a chain of reaction. I like that. That fits. Chain of reaction. Let's go. All right. So I believe we're going to put our stamp here in the corner. Yep. Oh, this one's hard to see because that color kind of matches closer to, well, that's fine. It's there. It's there. It's there. So we just have to put this one as well. Sometimes I add white to push out the colors. It just all depends on the signature. It just all depends. Yep, so we're finished with that one. There we go. I like them all now. So let's cap this marker real quick. And let's find out which ones actually are actually going to fit on this one, because as we look at it, once again, we're telling, wait, I didn't do this one. I didn't draw a signature on this one. All right, let's add a signature. I'm going to make this one into, like I said, sometimes I do it in white. I have gray, maybe. There's white. Just all depends. All depends. I'm going to put you here at the bottom too. Yep. Very interesting, huh? All right, so just like I said, we still have to figure out which ones, this one, we have to figure out which ones are going to fit. And like I said, I like the colors, but something about it has to stand out to where, like, I like this one. This one has a brighter color. So maybe this one could use, it could be used somewhere, right? So let's see, we have, I think I like this one too. This color could match. It just all depends. So if we move them around, I see like the shifting colors this area. So we could probably move this here, and that changed everything, right? Just a little bit. Or I could put this one for, I like that better. Yeah. Subsequently, this could be, like I said, I like the lighter colors. Maybe a white could help tell the story differently. Or if we had another face, that could tell a story differently too. So all we have to do is get another set of canvas. I think this one's empty too. And I have a lot of these, which sometimes I don't like to make the same because then they just all blend in and I don't have a mixture of things. They just blend in a little bit too much. So I tend to try to make them as different as possible, even though sometimes they just come out that way. And then I just use them sporadically in different positions. And then you get yourself a colony of colors that fit. And let me see, when I tell you I have a ton of these, like I have a ton of these. So let's see what this blue does. This blue will bring out, and so yeah, so these, they have doors, right? These are handles for the door. So you can open and you can see what's on the other side. So once again, this is a part of my day. Like I remember this day. I remember using this because this is my birthday. I remember using this at like, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. I remember using these colors to describe what my day felt like. So I remember this. Remember the colors. I remember why I used the colors. I remember using this as a stamp too. So once again, these are doors. They're open doors into my day, my perspective on how I had something going on. I mean, I may not remember every single aspect of it. I do remember the day, but you know, other days overlap each other. So sometimes it's a little harder to remember things and greatest of detail. But I remember that day. I remember who was on my live stream that day, and it was a year ago because it was October. It was a year ago. So let's see. I have this color, which again, like some of these splashes of color are good, but sometimes they oversaturate it. That's why sometimes I like to add faces to some of these, because then they ultimately could be talking to somebody rather than just staring at somebody. They could have a whole conversation of something that Yeah, which I didn't know could be possible. And there you go. That could be it. That could be it. Oh, you can't see the one in the back because there's lighting. Let me see. Let's see if I stand you up. I don't think so. Well, not really, but we'll stand you up and see what that feels like. But yeah, so there's different colors for everything. And so, okay, that might be too orange because there's colors that match that already. And then we can take this away and it could just blend in. That could tell a story too. Yep. Yep. That could tell a whole narrative of, what did I say? This one. It's possible. Truly possible. So yeah, we're just playing connection at this point to figure out which ones will fit, which ones will help me figure out where to go. And sometimes I could just start all over and be like, no, none of them work, and we'll just do something totally different. And sometimes that helps figure out exactly what we need it to be. I'll put some of these up, make sure. This one's got to get a date on it though. I do like these though. They're harder to play on this color. They might work, but they're harder to play because all that green. I need something with a white. White will probably, I got to do this one this color too. I didn't date that one. And I didn't put a signature on this one either. No. No. So I believe this one goes, I think that's what I couldn't figure out. If it should lay this way or if it should lay this way. Because if it's moving in one direction, so let's do that. Let's just put it here at the bottom. That marker does not want to. It does not. I like the harder markers. Wait, I might have to go get another marker because, let me see. Some of these sharper markers don't, oh, they just don't work on this. So, but yeah, there we go. We got a stamp signature there. And I'm just gonna let that sit for a second so it doesn't stick. Let me see. I mean, there's a lot of white, but some, I'm telling you, I'm gonna figure out exactly what it's supposed to look like. Like I said, it just takes a minute because all of these are so different, in which like telling the story is so, yeah, but I like this blue one here. So we might be able to use the blue one. Might is the word. This one doesn't have a stamp. This one doesn't have a stamp either. So I'll put you right there. So we gotta make sure we stamp that one or this one. Yeah, because like I said, there's a lot of green. So I'm probably either looking for a darker black or something that will match the blue or the white. Like this could be a good color. Because you see how it pushes up against that background. So that could be a different color for our needs. I'm not sure if this one will work, but it has like, it's supposed to be connected to something. This one could work actually. This one could work at the bottom maybe, or somewhere in the middle. I can try that. Somewhere in the middle. Yeah. We're almost there. I promise. I'm going to find exactly which one is going to take the place. Yep. All right. Put this one up and away. I like to do abstract because I think abstract doesn't have consequences against like you telling a certain story, because everybody's gonna be like, oh well, that story sucks. I can't look at that story and be like, I align with that story, or that's the story that I want to use, because you know that's just how it works. Our brain works in a way that we have to make a connection, and sometimes the connection is too sudden and people don't get it. So this could be possible. These could meet somewhere. This could be in the corner. It could be it. That could be possibly what we're needing. Yeah. And I have other ones too with other faces. So this one could work too. That could help. And even if it's a face, you see what I'm saying? Like it might contradict all of the other variables for abstraction. So, but it could work. I still don't know where to put this one, but like I said, it could be good because it's a black space up against all of that blue and all of that extra. So that's a negative space here. So this could possibly work. It could possibly be the one that fits. Possibly. Host, hello host, how are you? Eyes of Art, how you doing? Oh, I'm full of rain too. I appreciate you guys being here as well. Thank you guys for joining me on this experience. Yeah, what would you like or for me to call you? You can call me BMI. That's what BIMI or BMI. Everybody always says it like that. BMI. Like BI, like BMI. That's how they do it. Or full of rain. Yep. Or full of rain. Yep. 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 Or I could put this horse in here, just random horse. I think it's a horse. I couldn't figure out what else it was. So I was like, it's probably a horse. Yeah. It could be a horse. Of course, it could be a horse. Of course. Just want to make sure some of these are not going to fit. This could be hit too. Could be. How you doing today? Eyes of Art. So how did you come up with that name? It's a very, not specific, but it's distinct to a category of doing something. How did you get that? How did you come up with that as your channel's? Yeah, your channel. This one has like crazy texture too. You know, I like this one though. It's like real texture, like real feeling. Yeah. I'm looking for that one to be, yeah, the best somewhere, but I just never know where to put that one too. So that could fit. If I had more like that, that could definitely fit. I like the straight lines. Yeah, I have more like it too. Not necessarily that color, but it definitely. Oh, I have a bird too. I forgot about the bird. The bird could do something. Like I said, all of the darker colors could actually push out what's underneath. So you can kind of look at everything rather than just be like this, and this, and this. And this, and this. BIMI. It says it's like B, like BEE or BI, or as in because I made it. So everybody calls me BMI, like B, not spelled like BMI, but BIMI. That's how everybody says it. Yeah. It's a long story. Well, I have all day. We got to finish this. I have to complete this. So, yep. Yeah, unless you got somewhere else to be, like you're like, nah, I got somewhere to drive to, so you're gonna have to make this quick. Like this stop gonna be have to, you know what I'm saying? Like I understand that for real, for real. Yeah. It's like, nah, bro. We ain't got all day for that, bro. We don't have all day for that. No. No. But we're close. We're close to figuring out what Eyes of Art, how she designed her YouTube channel name. Forget about what I'm doing here. We got to figure out how you came up with that name. Like everybody's waiting. Everybody's exactly waiting. I don't think this green one is done. This green one might do it too. This green one might. It's not bad. Like I said, I like the darker ones because it pushes out and allows you to focus on what the background is too. So that could be possible. Or I can just put all of the newer ones that I had up there, and we can just call this. We can just call that it. Because I'm not going to force it to fit inside a square. If it's not going to fit inside the square, we're just not going to keep pushing it, because it's just not going to go. And no, sir, it's not going to go. It's not going to go. All right, let's put this in a box so we know those are not going to go, because they are going to be in the way. They are going to be in the way. And I'm so glad I finally got organized. Not saying that I wasn't organized before, but I just started putting everything in these sleeves and then putting them in the boxes. So at least they are healthy and they don't get dirty or sticky. Because like a lot of this acrylics paint, if they stick to another amount of acrylic paint, it will automatically fuse itself. And I don't understand how that's possible, but that's what happens if you don't put them in sleeves. And if you put them on paper, they'll stick to paper too, obviously. So I figured it out, and I was like, you got to stop doing that. Just put it up against the plastic, and the plastic will make sure that it doesn't adhere. Like, because sometimes it just tears the paint completely off, depending on where at the paper part. Because usually it's like the edges that'll start doing that. And then I'm like pretty SOL, because then I have to paint where the mark became aggressive. So yeah. Let me see. You said, it's a long story. You said I can make that a topic on my channel. Absolutely. That's content. Ooh, you better use it. It's gotta be what, like 7 minutes. At least you'll get some watch time. Absolutely. Don't share it with me. Share it with the subscribers. Absolutely. Make that a part of the reason why people get to know you. For real. I already explained why I am who I am on my channel. Like I've already explained it a few times. So, and then those who do ask for, you know, newer iteration, you know, I explain it as is. But I like this. This might actually fit because they are completely darker. So these might be what's needed. I like the oranges, but we may not need them. I think we might just use the black and red. There's a little bit of orange in that one. Man, I kind of wish I didn't put orange on that corner. That makes me feel like I want to go outside and put the colors that I really want up against there. Because I felt it. As soon as I put that orange up on the corners, I was like, no. I was like, I don't feel it. But it was too late. And I don't make mistakes. I just have different ways of doing stuff. Yep. Stick to it and keep it going. And I kept it going. I was like, just keep going. Yep. Yeah. Why is this so much longer? Yep. There's another one. This one. So there's the top. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I gotta put this back in here. This is not a bad color too, though. Is that a fly? This is not a bad color. I probably somewhere. I like the energy of this one though. I'll put that to the side because that one definitely needs a name and a date. Yeah, we're almost there. I feel it. Wherever this is supposed to go, I feel it. Yep. 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 I think tomorrow, well, I believe tomorrow is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start on another one of these. Call a hexaptych. I call them triptychs because it's easier to say. That word is so weird to say. Hexaptych. It's such a weird word to say. Like it's in a different tongue. So it's like really difficult to say. And I don't have the tongue for it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You see how the colors kind of blend into each other? So they don't really they don't like ruffle feathers. They just blend in. That's what I kind of need for this one. Sort of. Maybe this one. This one. Could put you up too. Yep. There you go. All right. Put you. This one needs. Yeah. This one could be useful too. All right. Oh, I have this one too. Over here. Yep. So all of those, I don't mind them. Yeah, I don't mind them being. I don't mind it. What's this one? Maybe this is the ground. Maybe this is point. Maybe I like sometimes for them to bleed into another. Yeah, sometimes it helps, but other times it might just be a hindrance to what it looks like. So even if I take that off like that, it wouldn't be too bad. I think I like the blue skies on that though. So we might have to break the other one back out. Because it could be well worth it. What the heck I did with the blue skies one. Okay. Okay. Where'd you go? Because I really want to make that one a home, because I've had this one for a year now and I still have yet to put it onto a canvas of its own. What the heck did I just do with it? This one. Yeah. Now if I could find the other one, maybe that could work too. Yeah, because I don't know where the other one is at. I know where it's at. Obviously, I have everything in order, but I just don't know. I just don't know. Oh, this one didn't get written on either. This one has to go over there. Oh, that one too. That one could be a hit. Wait, what about this one? Well, it's somewhere. I got this. That's good. I like that one. Actually, I like that one. I like that. I like it. Could this match that? Wait. I'm in deep thought. Because like I said, I like faces. I think this one matches well. I think these two. I think these two hit. They hit something hard. Like you just run up against it and then you just like look at it and you're like, what the heck was that? And then you realize like that's where you're supposed to be at that point in time. And you're like, well, I like it. I don't understand it, but I like it. So that's what we're going to use. And I don't see the other one. Let's see. All right, well, I guess that's it for that. Where's the other? Where are the other ones? I just took all these out here, but I can't find the cases for them. Oh, because they were inside the bag. Got it. I got it. I like where that's at. Hold on. Maybe he belongs here. And these are the bottoms? Or is this the top? And that's the bottom. I like it. It's still a little dark up there at the top. Let's see. Ah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let me see. What do you think? I like the energy at the top because I think this is the top. I believe that's the bottom. I like the difference between the blue and then the orange and reds that hit up against that. That's cool. Like I said, like all of this, you focus on this, all of this, you focus on what's going on here. The same thing for this too. I think this is upside down though. It's not bad. I like the blue though. I like the strip because it looks like this paint runs into whatever this is. That bottom area. This blue is not bad either. Although there's no white that illustrates that this is still like the sky-ish part, but I like it. I think I'm gonna keep this. This one's weird, but I don't mind the colors. I like these two because they take your eye into different places. I like those two. So I'm gonna stick to this as is. I'm just gonna figure out if this works. I think I like that because that blue hits. I think I like that. Yeah. It has a certain rhythm. You see it's like, all right, well, you know, I like it. And it feels like there's the explosion of colors here in this area, and then you have what's happening on here. But this one, something about this one is not. Huh?
Have some juice.
Yeah. What kind of juice you want?
Purple juice.
Purple juice?
Yeah, purple juice.
All right. You want some plums? Okay.
This one.
Oh, yeah. You got to shake it up too. That sounds good. You need a cup? Yeah, you being extra. You need a cup?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
How do you spell that?
Which the hepatite the hepa
That's not what it is.
the hepatic?
That's not spelled like what it looks
I know that's what I said too, but that's the definition of it. So yeah, I can't get mad at it. I can only go with it. That's really it. That's really it. Just I don't make up any of these words. I don't. I just find a definition that correctly describes it. So when people look it up or they're like, oh, what is that supposed to mean? And I'm like, just look it up on a dictionary because, yeah, stuff. Real stuff. Stuff and stuff. And a whole bunch of stuff. Because that's what man does, just makes up stuff. Yep. 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 I like this. I like this a lot. So yeah, thank you guys for being here too, because it's interesting that you don't get to see what the heck I do behind all of this. Because like when I put on shows and people see this in perspective, they don't get to see what's happening and how I theorize what is supposed to be together. They just look at it and be like, oh, well, you put the stuff together. It's really amazing, but they can't figure out how I even got to this point without yeah. But I like this one. I think these are the colors that I need to use. And let me get another marker. Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, the mind of people is still being discovered as a pathway of knowing everything about themselves, how they make up things. But I tell you the truth, I'm going to tell you something that many people probably won't tell you, until you figured out some random thing in the world. But we're all part of the universe. So basically, I'm just exploring what's possible inside this space I call my world. That's really it, because this is just my perspective. So I'm reaching out, pulling everything in, not being full of, this crazy energy, but I'm pulling it into this space, which is my house, and I'm using it to organize chaos. That's usually how it goes. And if nobody's ever told you that before, but that's what people do. They go to work, they manage their kids, they manage their own like sense of style, rhythm, and emotions, and that's all it is. That's all it comes down to. And that's what I've done. It's just organized chaos. Yep. I don't put chaos in my life because there's no room for it, because I need to be empty. So when I actually am full of rain, full of water, because I'm a container, that's what needs to be there. That's just really it. That's really how it comes down. But I think this is it. I think I found it. And yep, that's what I'm gonna do for this. I forgot that I didn't actually. There's a few of these I didn't put. I ain't put dates on it. This one, oh, that one does have a date, but it just doesn't have a signature. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so gassy. Actually, I need to walk because yeah, gas. This one doesn't have one. This one doesn't have one. So we're gonna put the dates on this one. And this is a thick boy right here. This has like an extended part of the canvas, the frame. I mean, yeah. So we're gonna put in black marker. We're gonna put our signature stamp. Put the day. I have no idea what day I painted this, but I know it was at the end of August. So we're gonna put August 28th, because I think that was the day that this was conceived. And if you don't believe me, just go back to my live streams and you'll see that I created it on that day. And I let it dry, so that's the day after. Somewhere around there. That's how I dictate the dates. As long as I got the year, we're not going crazy over here. I know I got the year right, but the date is a little. So this one is. I remember this one. I remember pouring the paint because these were ones that I got from the dollar. Yeah, these were some thick stuff. I'll just put open. This one was open. Open waters. I think I put open waters before. Of orange. So all it is, what I call, is all toxic water. Just bear with me for a second. You may not get what I'm trying to say, but this is paint. I can't drink any of this paint, but it looks like water. It looks like something is flowing. And so I call that toxic water. So that's all this comes down to. This is just like, let's just say we live on a planet, right? And I'm just using this as an example. We live on a planet where there is like an undiscovered amount of liquid, right? So you look at it and you're like, maybe I can drink this water. So then you try to look at where the water is flowing from, and you see if there's any life that lives around it. If there is no life, then there can't be drinkable water. That's just plainly how it goes. If the water's too hot, it may hold an ecosystem inside it, but outside, nothing can live near it because the water is too toxic. The fumes and et cetera, et cetera. The only thing that can live in this water that I create is fish, these toxic fish. And they're toxic because they live in the water. And so if you eat them, okay, you become sick. And there are creatures that live on this planet that eat the fish. They are called cats. They are toxic cats. They can eat any of those fish that live in the water. And so this continues the ecosystem in some type of way. Just like I said, everything can't drink the water or whatever's in the water. So yeah, that's how it goes. But we're going to title this one too. I believe this is around the same time that I made this one. So we're going to put the 20. I'm going to put my signature up here. And this Sharpie marker is about gone too. I think I've had these Sharpie markers for like 5 years. I'm not even capping. I do not buy these black Sharpie markers ever again. I just haven't. So I know that these are like 5 years strong. Yep. I just put dates on things. And I think this is the 26th. I just put dates on the things and then put the cap back on and throw them in the bag. And that's how we keep it moving. So these are about 5 years of usage. And yeah. And this one is gallons. I think I spelled gallons wrong. Nope, I got it right. Gallons of energy. Energy. So everything is energy too. If it doesn't have energy, it is dead. It is not allowed to live. That is what happens. So I like this one too. So hopefully I can use these in the future as well. And they can be beautifully put together with some other part of these triptychs. Yep, because all of what I'm doing is telling a story. I told myself a couple years back that I wanted to get better at telling stories because I used to talk to people and they were like, bro, what are you talking about? Like none of that fits together. It doesn't make me feel like, you're putting together something that I would understand. And I was like, you know what? I got to get better at telling stories. And that's basically what I did through my artwork. Help me communicate, help me tell things that I believe, that I see, and that I'm focused on. And yep, that's where I got better at telling stories. So now I have conversations. I do like show and tells for shows. And, when they're like, yeah, I need you to tell about your piece and, what you do and where you're from and, how you put your items together and things like that. So it just really helps. And even through this communication, like I'm talking to myself, no one's really on my chat. No one's really talking right now. Not to me specifically. So a lot of times I work on how I sound when I do talk and what it means when I say something out loud. So I work on that as well. I speak loud. I speak with intent. And I give the audience, what they say they need when I'm telling a story. Yep. So this one is called a spew of rain. Let's just go with that. Spew of rain. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. I got 4 likes. What does that mean? Does that mean people like what they're watching? Or they just like something that they heard and they were like, yo, this dude said something wild that I connected with? Because sometimes I believe that. Because people don't tell me why they like things. I don't have that connection yet. They just say they like something, but I don't really know why they press the button to like something. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, oh, well, I like what you're doing, but it may not necessarily mean that they like the stream. They just like something that, made them feel like they should press a button. Because it could be a huge red button up there. And they'd be like, yo, I pressed the button because it was red. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? That's usually how I get and identify things with people. Because I don't know what your perspective of this is. I mean, you could like my shoes because I am wearing bare feet. You could like my hat because I made it. You know, you could like the fact that the colors that you're seeing is something that you've never seen before. And boom, you got yourself a like. So, yeah. Or the fact that you like what you heard and that's why you liked it. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So I'm just figuring it all out as I go. And this one I made 2 days ago. I said this one made history. Yep. That's what happened. So that one's there. This one's got a signature. This one doesn't have a signature yet. And this one I made today, which is crazy that it dried all the way. Yep. Yep. So I get to put a date on this 1st of September. Let's go. September 1st, 2025. Let's go. Vines that go up. It looks like it says Yoon, but it's a V. Yoon that go up. Wait, it's supposed to be vines. There's more than one. Let's go. Now I got it right. I can spell, y'all. I swear I can spell. I can spell. All right, that one's done. That one's done. And all right, I think we're done, y'all. So now we have the part where we have to put it all together, because when I lift this, they're all just going to fall. That's not part of the experience. It's like you tried something and you gave up half of the way. That's not what we're going to do here. We're not doing that. Not at all. Oh shoot, I got to put these up there too. All right. Dang it. Dang it. Oh, I got to put these. I got to put these as finished pieces because these just dried too. This one. Yep, it's this one. All right, so today's date. No, this is actually. Why'd you do that? Okay. This one's called Keep Going. Let's go. I like that one too. Keep going. Yep. All right. Let's make sure we get our.
Hey, what you doing?
I am writing on each one of these
What is that?
to make a date. What is what?
That. That what I'm looking at.
Describe it.
That.
Describe it.
Just look at it.
No, it could be a monster. Describe it.
It is a monster.
Describe it. Oh my gosh.
Music.
It's music.
Music.
Okay.
Look at it. Why does it look like that?
I don't know why it looks like
Look
that.
at it.
I did look at it.
No, you
It
didn't.
looks like a monster.
No, look at it.
Yes, I looked at it.
No, you didn't.
I did. I had to.
Didn't. Just
Some-
look at it.
I did.
Just look at it.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick peek at it, and then I'm gonna turn my head. Okay.
Okay, look at it.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wait, was this?
Why don't you want to look at it though?
Why do I not want to look at it?
Yeah.
This was August 31st, 2025.
I just made that room about more.
This one's called Source of Energy. Energy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. August 31st, 2025. And looks like we got ourselves a finished piece. Yes, sir. So all of these in which I just drew on, all of these pieces here are called doors. So every day is a different place that I've gone in my experience. So you can open this up and be like, oh, this was the day that you did this piece, which means that you guys have entered into part of my day. That's why I call them doors. Yep. Yep. So we are, I need another bag. I need another bag. Well, I'll just put them to the side so I can figure out where another bag exists inside this home of mine. So, okay, easy enough, right? I have to, oh yeah, we're right here. Easy enough, y'all. I have to put this all together, just like I said, because if I don't put them together, if I lift this entire canvas up, it's going to fall apart. And well, I don't want that to happen. I want them to be set together that when you look at it, you're like, whoa, how did all of those things make one thing what it is? Well, I put it together. This is my entire day put together. Yeah, and on the back of it, it's an empty canvas as well. It doesn't have a designation or sign or anything like that that I would describe until we're finished with it. Until then, where's the one piece at? Hold on, I gotta get the one piece. Keep missing. Where's that piece at? Yo, where is the measure? No, I'm not gonna cuss. What are you talking about? Where is the measure? The part where I use to measure everything is it in my room? we'll get to that in a second. All, dang it. Where the heck? I can't measure it by eye anymore because I want to make sure that these pieces are correct. And I don't want to make another measure. I don't know what I just did with it. I had it. I finished one piece and I moved everything into the other space. And now I don't know. Okay, if I keep looking in the same spots, I know that I'm not going to find it. Did we throw it out? Did it get tossed? Oh my gosh. Yep, because I know I cleaned the other day. Sorry, you can't see me just rifling through boxes of stuff because I didn't bring the camera in there with me, so I can rifle through things that, well, I guess I'm just going to have to do it by eye with the new one. So it's cool. I just have to measure the other ones. That's it. Because the other ones have, semi-corrected measuring techniques. So I'm just going to Yep. So if that's the interior, I can't find that. Just give me 1 second, y'all, because this is not the most difficult part, but it is technique over everything. Okay, so I think I got it. All right, so I have to sit on the floor for 12 hours and figure out how to do this correctly. So if you guys are going to be here with me, I'm going to keep the stream going, and you guys just get yourself some popcorn. And where's the marker at? That's over there. Yep. So basically, just like I said, if I lift this up, this is all just going to slide off. So basically, I have to figure out how to get these attached to this. And so I believe that this is the down and this is the up. So I'm going to play with most of this, thinking that this is how it goes. Until I get this correct on everything. I need to get it spaced in between correctly, because if not, it'll be off like not a little bit, but a lot. So, like I said, this is taking me like a long time to figure out, because not everything is the same, but it's not different either. So I'm gonna make sure that all of this matches. Yep. I'm just gonna move this just a little bit so the space in between is equal. It's equal. These are two different ones, so there are two different frames. Let's see. So like I said, I'm measuring for each one of these so they're evenly spaced in between, as accurate as possible. And I mean, some things change, like because the hinges that I put up here change for whatever reason. The hinges just do whatever they want to do, and there's like nothing I can do about that. But equally, I have to make sure that they all are exactly the same. So for each one of these, they get two hinges. I'm giving you the, I'm just giving you the code. I usually don't do stuff like that, but I think it's interesting that we have technology and sometimes we figure out things faster than other people. And I can't be a gatekeeper. 100%, I just cannot gatekeep things that we're all meant to know. It just depends on when you want to know it and how you seek information. So there you go. I just gave you that little tidbit of everything. So we're going to get to this, y'all. Yeah, we're gonna get to, and so this should take me like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes at the max, just depending on if everything is but like I said, this took me a long time to figure this out. I was like, yo, am I ever gonna get this right? And then I was like, you know what? If I stop now, I'll just never know. So I just kept going until I was like, I got it. And that is how we put this triptych together. And yep. I mean, that's success right there. I think of it as like a lot of things I've done, a lot of things that I didn't know how to do, but I just kept going because I thought it was important. I thought it was well worth the experience. And I just kept going, y'all. Yep. And a bunch of people tried to stop me. 100%. People told me like all types of things that they don't like about it. It's too large. It's not going to fit. It doesn't make sense. Like, why do you keep doing that? I'm just playing. All those sounds is like really weird, but it's just like, this like people think everything is, meant to go their way. So they try to see it in, if they were doing it. And I'm like, well, you can do it. You can do it yourself. Like nothing about this it is difficult because some of these numbers up here are different um, because they're different dates, right? And the different dates have let me see. The different dates have different meaning. So a lot of times people don't know how long it took until I tell them, and they're like, "Oh no, there's no way that I'm going to do something like that because it took too long." And yeah, you're right. It did. It took way too freaking long. But I didn't give up. I was just like, "We'll come back and do it tomorrow, or we'll take a break and do it some other time." And that's the meaning of true greatness. Yep. Because what I didn't do was I didn't give up. What I did was make something that I made. Yep. Because I've seen plenty of people do stuff that I'm like, you know what? I could probably try, but ha, yeah, we gonna have to do this tomorrow. And sometimes I wasn't in the right mind, so it didn't feel the same. So yeah, I mean, as long as I did it, I was like, okay, well, as long as I did it. You know who taught me that? It's really weird because some people don't realize my mom taught me that. She told me tons of things that she's done in her life. And sometimes we think of things like it's easy, and sometimes it's not. It's just not freaking easy because we don't understand what we're doing. We don't understand why we're doing it. So Why are we gonna keep going? Why are we gonna keep doing it? Well, because nobody else is gonna do it. We're the only ones who are gonna make that happen. Yep. Yep. It's really difficult to it's really difficult to sit in this spot without trying to lay down, because it's really uncomfortable to sit on the floor. So we're just putting as much torque into this. Torque, not twerk. Torque. And boom, we got ourselves booyah. I'm a carpenter, y'all. Oh my gosh, you sound like a monster going down now.
You left the window door open and a bug went into my juice.
Are you serious?
Why do you keep leaving the door open?
Why do I keep leaving the door open?
Stop leaving it open.
Because I live in a barn, duh.
Yeah, you live in a barn.
Yeah.
With a bunch of flies.
With a bunch of flies.
And spiders and hornets and bees.
Yeah. Because I live in a barn. Doesn't that make sense?
No.
What? I thought it would make sense.
No.
I thought it did. I'm so sorry. I thought that would make so much more sense. That I live in a barn, so I have to keep the door open.
Is that dinosaur vomiting?
Is he vomiting?
A volcano's near.
That could be a good one. I never thought about it like that. You have such an imagination, huh? Maybe it's a dinosaur inhaling all of the flowers and food. Or maybe he's got magic powers where he's blowing all of his hot breath onto the flowers and making them into soup. He's got soup. Yep. I don't know. We're just using our imagination, y'all. I don't know. We both got a crazy imagination. We're not crazy. Well, we might actually be crazy. I'm crazy. I don't know if he ever thought about it, but I know that I'm crazy. Because I'm making art. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that the craziest thing? It's making something you've never created before because you have fun doing it. That could just be the wildest thing ever. Yep. Welcome to my life, you guys. Welcome in, everybody. You can't even see me though. It's like, sit down. I like doing that. I like pushing buttons. This day was so much fun. Oops. I got up early today. Oh my gosh, I got up early today. I got up super early today. Tripping. I'm thinking my son got school today. Got to get him ready to go to school. It's Labor Day. Well, tripping. And not because I didn't know that it was a holiday. I freaking knew it was a holiday, but his school said that he had school. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess you got to go to school. Then look at his calendar. They changed the goddamn calendar. It was like, no, sir, he does not have school today. No, sir. We tricked you. Psych. Yeah. So I was like, you can go back to sleep. Just gonna let you know that I got you up, got you dressed. You can go back to sleep because there's no school. And I'm sure everybody else knew that, but I didn't. So here we are, finishing the paint job that we made today. And guess what? We're almost done. Swear, we made this whole entire thing today. Like, y'all don't realize how y'all just don't have a clue, man. Just the stuff that we can do. I made this whole entire thing today. Isn't that wild? Yep. You know who else can do it? Well, not you, because you obviously have other intentions on life, but anybody who wants to do something, you know, you can do it too. Not you. I'm talking about you. The person who, because you're watching right now, you can't do two things at once. I told my son that too. He got like kind of upset. I was like, no, you can't do two things at once. You can only focus on one thing. Because if you try to focus on the other thing, it's going to distract you from the first thing that you started on. And it's not possible. Like I tried to watch something and do something at the same exact time and realized that the connection wasn't being made. I wasn't properly identifying what the heck I was watching anymore. I was just like, my brain was turned on, but it just could not focus on two distinct things. Like I'm trying to drill this into, like there's no way that I would be painting at the same exact time if I was trying to do this. It just wouldn't work. Those two functions, even though they're both part of the same scheme, no, sir, does not work like that. And he was like, oh man, I can multitask and do two things at once. And I'm like, okay, sure. When you get a job and they tell you they want you to throw something in the container, but you got to fold it at the same exact time, you're gonna see how confusing that is. They're like, what? You want me to do what at the same exact time? Yeah, I want you to fold this up, then throw it in the container at the same exact time. And you're like, oh, okay. So then you got to turn your brain into something that you've never done before to match something that you've never experienced before. And ultimately, that's confusing. Just do one thing. Just fold one thing, right? And then come back to doing something else later on because your brain will thank you. 100% will thank you. It will say, thank you. Yep. It will say, actually, it'll say a lot of stuff. Maybe the first thing won't be thank you. Got it. I got it, y'all. I had to focus so hard to lift that up and trying to get that screwed in at the same exact time. It's crazy. Well, I literally have to refocus my brain to do two of those things at the same exact time. And it's the easiest thing to do, like, right? It's such an easy experience, but now if I tried to stomp my feet at the same time I was doing this, go figure. Go figure. Let's go. Let's go. Perfect. Ooh, y'all saw that, right? I did that on my live stream. Let's go. How many people were watching that? 2 people? The best experience I will ever get right there just happened. And if you weren't here for it, you missed out. Yes, you did. You missed out. Yes, you did. Because that was the best thing I ever did on this live stream. Ever was right there. Yeah, you got to rewind and go back because that was it. Yep, that was absolutely it. And it'll never happen. Well, it might happen again. I might try to do it again and see if I make the same outcome, but I'm sure it won't. I'm sure it will not be the same exact thing. Okay, that's empty. That's empty, empty. Okay. Oh, these are thicker. Those some thick boys right there. Those some thick boys. Oh, that's a. Wait, is my microphone on? I keep forgetting that. Maybe that's why people aren't talking. Oh, it is on. Maybe I just like to hear myself. That's a thick boy right there. All right, so we gotta align this one too. We're gonna get this subsequently aligned, and let's see. Make sure that that is correct, sir. Yeah. Sometimes you can just eyeball it. Come here. And it works too, but you really have to make sure that both of the ends are correct. Yeah. Yep. I think it's because it's late in the day that that I like to talk. I think that's what it is. Early in the day, I kind of talk, but late in the day, I really talk. I talk and talk and talk. And I talk some more. I talk just a little bit more. And then sometimes when I stop talking, I think about talking. And you know what gets in the way? When other people talk. Yep. That's what happens. Yep. Is that correct? I don't think that's the same. That's not the same thing. That is not the same canvas. Put you there. There was this guy that I had watched. Well, not I didn't completely watch because I wasn't able to, but I watched him do a process that I've never seen someone do. And because we're able to see something, sometimes we can just go back and be like, oh, that's possible. Your brain will make a connection. And he had did something that I have never seen anybody do before. And I was like, you know what? I can't copy that. There's no way that I would be able to do the exact same thing that this dude did because he has such a technique in what he was doing. And I just thought of it. I was just like, wow, that's really crazy that people, not crazy, but as like it's really wild that everybody has like their own special techniques of doing things. And I was like, we live to do things that other people only dream of being able to do. Like somebody was playing basketball, and I'm just making this as an example because I find it interesting that I can't play basketball. I can bounce a ball, I can dribble, I can run down the court with the basketball, I can shoot, I can make threes, but I cannot play basketball. And I was like, you know what? I understand that. I tried. I understand that. The first time I played, somebody gave me a technical foul, and I was like, I don't want to play this game no more. You know, anybody else who played for years that have been like, oh yeah, technical foul, that's cool, man. We get those all the time. But I was like, this dude fouled me on purpose. And I was like, you know what? Forget basketball. I said, I'll find something else to do that people don't technically try to hurt me. And, I watched other people do this practice. And the goal is to make the other person miss. And that's what he did. 100%. I don't care if he got a foul. I got the free throw line, all this other stuff. It didn't matter because he made me miss. I could have shot a three. The additional points that could have been made could have, you know what I'm saying? I just thought of it and I was like, wow, there's so many things that we experience in life. We don't realize like how many people are really trying to make sure that we don't get something done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just thought that was funny because I thought about it because I'm watching this guy and I was like, I can't. And not saying that I even put it in my head that I couldn't do it, but I was watching and I was like, I tried it, but I couldn't do it. I just couldn't make that action. Like, because I could have been a famous pro basketball player or something, even though I'm like 6'12". There's no way that I could have been, there's no way. Because my intention was to do something else that I was good at already. That's it. I said, I'm going to do something that I'm good at. And that's how we going to live. Wait, it's right there. And that's how we going to make it. And that's how we going to do it. Now, have I gotten there yet? Probably not. I'm still not a professional, I don't know, professional artist? I don't know. I'm just a creator. Because I'm still learning, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh, I'm still learning how to be the best. Like all those, because like you got to get like that stage presence. You got to make, what you do a part of, the mainstream. And I'm not mainstream yet. I'm just like behind the scenes still. People don't really know who I am. I might have a name, but people don't know who I am. Nope. Not like Kobe, LeBron. Who's the other players? Martin. What is like Idris Elba. Shia LaBeouf. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you get. That part of, and I want to be there. I don't know if I'm gonna be there because kind of late to the game. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, one day, everybody gonna know my name. Everybody gonna know the reason why I did what I did. Everybody will, and that's how I'm gonna make it. Even if it's not today, maybe it's tomorrow, next week. I'm open there for it. I want to be there for it. I want to sign my name and be like, yo, I made it. That's why I put my name on these. So, yep. That's why I put my name on it right now, because that will make sure, without a doubt, that I am the winner. I won. I played the game. I won the game. I don't care how anybody else looks at life. Because if there's winners and losers, I want to be a winner. Yep. I want to be a winner for as long as possible. For my own personal reasons. Probably because I have a son too, but even if I didn't have a son or two or a wife or $1 billion, I would just do it just because, because I made it. Let's go. Because I made it. Wait, where the heck is the holes at for this one? I kind of see it, but I don't. I think it is there. Okay. Where's the rest of the screws? Did we run out of screws? No, never that. Never gonna run out of screws. Ever. But yeah, y'all, just to let y'all know, like these things, they come with a lot. They come with a huge, hefty price. But as long as you keep what you say you truly want to do, like most of it will help you achieve what you say you can. And just look at the small things, like all of the little small wins, a little small pats on the back, because not everybody gonna be there to cheer you on. Sometimes you got to be your own cheerleader and just tell yourself that you're doing a good job. You tell yourself that you can keep going. You tell yourself that you are the best that you are today, and tomorrow you're gonna be greater because you're gonna keep going. And that's what really counts in this world. Winners, they still got to go home, brush their teeth. You know what I'm saying? They still got to talk to themselves about the whole entire day. Like all that stuff still remains the same. Like just because you got a trophy, people forget who you are. You got to remember what you came here for. Yep. These are not the same screws. Yep. Oh shoot, I actually might be running out of screws. No, I'm not. I got bags after bags of screws. I do. Yep. Just remember who you are in this game. Yep. Because even if they forget your name, at least you made a mark. Yep. Because my son has no idea who any of these people are that I remember. He has no idea. He has no thoughts, no actions, no feelings, no none of that. And if he remembers me, that's good enough. That is just good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's good enough. Yeah. That is absolutely justified enough for me in this world. Yep. All right, let's put this last. I think this one's a little further away. This one's 3 inches closer. Let me see if yep, it's off just a little bit. Yep. And one day this will be in a museum. There's no way that somebody would ever see this and be like, bro, this shouldn't be in a museum. This shouldn't be somewhere where everybody can feel the energy. There's no way. I keep saying it over and over and over again because this is something I've never ever seen in a museum. They have tons of paintings, tons of iconic pieces that somebody was like, yo, I have to make something like this. And they did. But there's no way that you would go let's just say 100 years without making sure that one of these that I created don't go in a museum. And they put things in a museum because it stabilizes the fact that it will be kept for the entire world. That's usually how they do it. Yeah, it might be some money or some notoriety or whatever the case is, whatever they're after at that point. But at the end of the day, this is not far enough. Let's see. I think it's because it's two different. Dang it. At the end of the day, I know what my work is worth. Somebody said, oh yeah, you should sell that for $100. And I was like, do you know what $100 is today? I know people who threw $100 into the trash and was like, I don't need it. I know that. So you couldn't tell me that I've spent how long I've been streaming? Wait, how long I've been streaming? For 2 hours. This is 2 hours worth of work. Nah, bro. Nah. Nope. Not even if you had all of the tools, I wouldn't even feel like this was 2 hours worth of work. There's no way. Absolutely not even close. Because all of this is something that takes mastery. This is not, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Walmart and we're gonna get this and we're gonna put this together and it's gonna look like this. Nah, this took months of figuring out. This took dedication. This took absolute thought into every part of this. It took me 2 hours to put this together. It took me 2 hours to paint it. Each one of these took me like 30 minutes to paint. Each one of these pieces took me like 30 minutes. So you're gonna try to tell me that something like this is worth $100? Let's just say it's not even, let's just say money. At the end of all of it, you can't make another one of these because it's not possible. These are one of a kind. There's no way. What's the word? There is no price tag on this at this point. This is something just for people to acknowledge that it exists. That's how I see it. Yep. That's why I say if you can't afford it, the museum will buy it, and then it could show it off to other people who said that they wish they could, but they can't. Because that's what artwork does to some people. You're like, man, I really wish I could afford that. How much does this cost? And they don't even have a price tag up there. In museums, they don't have price tags. No, that's not how it's supposed to go. You might try to figure out how much it was sold for, or something, but they don't put price tags on things like this. Absolutely not. Nope. So we're gonna figure out what the price is gonna be after we finish. Yep. And I hope you're the first one in line too, because if you're not the first one in line, you're gonna be the last one. Yep. Sorry, that's what it is. That's what it comes down to. I'm telling you, I'm making something that, like I said, I'm not just painting. I'm creating a whole new version of art. Painting. A whole new way of thinking. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. And it's fun though. Yep, it's so much freaking fun. It takes energy, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of thoughts. I don't even think I've been stressed out the entire time. I don't think I got mad the entire time. I don't even think I was like, you know what? Forget this. I'm going to do this. I have never even thought about it. Because that is what I feel. That is what I feel when I do this. It's not weird. Some people get mad at things. They bang their hands, stomp, and like, oh, I got to come back later because this is really pissing me off. And I was like, nah, man, I don't even feel none of that. This is all pure positive energy, all of it. Every last one of it. Even if I ran out of screws and I had to come back later, I'd be like, you know what? Guess who's going to finish it later on? I will. And when I finish it, oh my gosh, that feeling of finishing, whoo! If you've never finished something in your life, try it. Try finishing something in life and see how you feel. Because I'm telling you, it is pure bliss. Absolute 100% bliss. Yep. And after I finish this, I'm going to go on a walk with my son so we can enjoy some of the weather. Yep. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to eat.
How are you doing?
I'm perfect. How you doing?
Not good.
What? What makes you not good? What makes you not good? Are you experiencing something I don't know about? Like your body's all flailing and saying words you're not usually saying, making sounds I've never heard before. Did you eat that bug? Is that what happened? You ate the bug? Oh my gosh. Hold up. He needs some help. You need some milk? He needs some milk? Oh my gosh, you're so funny. You're so funny. Guess what I just did? Guess what I just did? I finished what I started. Let's go. You want to help me hold this up real quick? Okay, well, I guess that is a no. I guess that's a no. Look at that. I'm going to put it up against this wall. Can you help me put it up against that wall? Yeah. Go ahead. Just go ahead. Yep. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my. Let's go. I like it. I'm going to stand in front and tell me if you can see my feet. I want to make sure my feet are I need some more lights. Make sure my feet are in the. All right. Can you see my feet?
Yeah.
That's right. Can you see my face?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, no. Hold on. You got to undo the. Just be gentle with it.
This?
Yep. And hold it so it doesn't fall. Need some help?
You twisted it too far.
Okay. How about now?
Well, I can see your face, but
Okay. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Good. So, got 1, got 2, got 3, 4, got 5. Oh, we got it. Let's go. It works perfectly. Look at that. It works perfect. Let's go. I love it. I did such a good job. Y'all. Well, thank you everybody for joining in on this amazing experience. I finished this all today. Let's go. Thank you. Got it? Okay. Cool. Nothing. Just that's it. We're done today.
Okay.
Well, thank you everybody for joining here today. Thank you for the questions. Thank you, Art. Wait, it's Eyes of Art. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of this experience today. Yep. Thank you. And this was all the best thing I could ever do today. Yeah, all of the butter. This is all the butter today. Well, tomorrow we're going to start a brand new one, and I hope you guys are here for the next one. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Let's go. Yep. You can end the stream. Just press the X. Yep.